Now, I've got a friend, his name, let's call him, I don't know, let's call him Ozzy. My friend Ozzy, okay, he comes and tells me like, right, you know what happened to me? I'm like, wow, what's going on? What happened? He goes, look, I'm doing a thing with this girl. I'm trying to mellow this girl. I'm putting the work in, and we're going to a house and this and that. Nothing's happened yet, but I'm still trying. Now this girl, she says to me, there's this guy I know. Well, she asking me where do I hang out and this and that, and I tell him where I hang out. This is Ozzy talking. I tell him I tell her where we hang out and whatnot, where we grew up, and she's like, "Oh, you must know Tom then." He's like, "Nah, I don't know no one called Tom." Because Tom, he's like a poet. He wears glasses. He's well into poetry. He's quite deep and meaningful guy. And Ozzy's like, "Nope, I don't know no Tom." So thinks nothing of it. A couple of weeks go by. Finally, Ozzy, he's got in there, you know what I'm saying? Him and this girl are just flexing, doing a thing. So one day he's just chilling out in his yard, and the buzzer rings. She answers the intercom, buzzes someone out, and she comes back to Ozzy and she goes, Tom's here. You're gonna meet Tom. You're gonna meet Tom. This guy I've been telling you about, Tom. And so he's like, all right, whatever. And Ozzy's just kind of chilling there. And suddenly in walks Thomas. Now, Thomas kind of froze and he looks at Ozzy and he's like, and then it was like an awkward kind of silence for him, and it's like, "Oh yeah, what are you saying, Ozzy? Yeah, well, like, how are you? Blah, 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 this and that, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Thomas?" Ozzy's like, "Thomas? Like, what are you doing here? Blah, blah." And then Thomas kind of drags Ozzy to one side and he's like, look, keep this on the down low, blah, 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 this and that, blah, blah. Because there's Thomas posing as Tom, who's a poet and very deep and wears glasses. But really he's Thomas, who's not a poet, doesn't like poetry, likes hardcore hip hop, and does not wear glasses. So he's kind of posing as someone else. So Ozzy just thought, that's a bit strange. Like, what's going on here? But same way, we thought nothing of it. Now, there's a reason why Ozzy was telling me this story, because just before he told me this story, okay, I bump into an old friend. Like, this was probably like a few years later. I bumped into an old friend. And like this time we've drifted apart. We've all drifted apart. We've all gone our separate ways. I don't know what happened to Thomas by this time. This is when I'm like mid-20s. Don't know what happened to Thomas. All my other boys, some had found Jesus, some had gone to Scotland. Like, this was after another incident. Everyone kind of went to jail except me. Okay, a lot of my friends went to jail after stupid things, but that's a whole different story. But when they came out, they all went their separate ways. So I said, what happened to Thomas? You seen Thomas? He's like, what, you didn't hear? And I said, what? Hear what? He said, Thomas is in jail. I said, what, again? But wait, before he went to jail for robbery and all that, but what did he go to jail for this time? He said, indecent assault. Now, in my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, assault. He was quite violent, to be honest. So I think he had a fight with someone. But then hold on, I said, hold on, no, wait. When you have a fight and you assault someone, that's called GBH or ABH. Indecent assault, that's when you kind of indecently assault somebody, like rape, basically. And then it was crazy, because I'm sure you've seen like the movie what's that movie with Mel Gibbs when he's talking about I see dead people, and there's another movie called Others where Nicole Kidman or something, she's a ghost, she doesn't realize she's a ghost and blah blah. But it's one of the movies where at the end, like, there's a twist in the story and everything kind of comes flooding back to you, think, oh, so that's why they did that, and that's why he said this, and that's why blah blah blah. All the incidents before, the girl who in Golders Green, shout out, he raped me, Sandy, Jane, it all just came flooding back to me, and it's like, oh my God, Thomas was a rapist. It just did not occur to me. Because, we were young. I was a teenager and I was young, naive and stupid, as I say. And it just made me think, wow, you don't know your friends. You do not know your friends. So in conclusion, there's a saying that where there's smoke, there's fire. You see something suspicious, often there is something suspicious going on. It may not necessarily be what you think it is, but there's probably something going on. So my point is, okay, we all know people who are into bad things. We all we all know some shady characters, but sometimes they're right under your nose. You don't even realize. Now, I ain't telling you go out and, spy on your friends and all that, but like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if often you see something which is questionable, don't be naive. Don't just put it to one side. Question it. Question everything in life, because you never know when something real shady is going on right underneath your nose. And this is a point in my life which I'm actually quite ashamed of. And I think to myself, why didn't I see that sooner? I could have done something to stop this, even if it meant getting him help or even just straight calling the police, because I would have, to be honest. And that's why I think nobody wanted me to know what he did to Sandy, because they knew that I would have confronted him straight and just said, nah, I ain't having that. Nah, hell no. But hey, like I say, you never know. You never know who your friends are. So just be careful. Well, look, I hope this is a true story, by the way, and I hope that you can learn from the mistakes I made. And I'll see you next time on Az's Point of View.